I think an OD would be nice. They go with a Coddle instead, which is cool, but the OD felt like it could have landed. Astral's pretty good to save against a lot of spells, but Bob Coddle, this is not something that you and I have seen too often. Watch when he uses that Time Walk or even the Time Dilation to be aggressive. At the least, again, you've got the saving grace of Vincenzo. I think the key thing for Execration here is to maybe try to build up stacks, get that condition for your Flash Farm to kick in, especially for Bob. You do want the Coddle to really reach that mid-game pace to open up the map for Palos to farm up. If they can do that, then your timing's still aligned, but it does feel slower.
Mid lane, Bob, he's in trouble. Potter 2 going to try and move in. Bob should drop, but does try to Fairy Fire up. Still Potter 2 going in, going after the kill and does secure. Zvarish will hand the tip over. Shanks might at least be able to trade and does do so. So you at least get something for your troubles, Execration.
Wait, and seeing a move on Bob again.
Yeah, mid lane, lasso's up now, Bob. Oh, he's going to drop, I think. Potter 2, he'll just go all the way for this, and another tip was handed out by Varish. Look at this, John. I mean, he's right in. I wasn't expecting a rotation this early from DB, but Bob, he's just having such a rough time. Look at Potter 2. Moving in again. Varish, he'll go for the dispose out. Oh, and he reaches. This is such a disastrous start for Bob. On this Keeper of the Light is Vincenzo. Almost going down as well, but is going to be able to survive. But Execration. Oh, absolutely. This is not the start I was expecting for Execration whatsoever. Potter, he was thinking about going right back in. Bob knocking him back towards the Keeper, and now Vincenzo. Look at this. No hesitation. He understands it's a free kill. Lasso committed. He's looking for another, and he'll take it. I appreciate that, John. He's got that killer instinct in him.
It is Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster. Doesn't take too long to multi-objectives with that Inner Beast or
Palos. Nice chrono. He's found two of them here, John, but does he have the damage output? Not quite yet. Dispose is there. The chase will be on, though, as the Illuminate will take down Varish, but Potter, he's going to be okay to back his way out as Bob. He's getting so darn low. He needs to run the hell out of there. The illusions just doing all the damage out. They do stun him up and hold the Batrider down, but in comes Wommy and the cavalry. They want that mid-tier 1 tower. Still Shanks does at least snipe the dominated creep he did have. And that should put an end to it. But this Batrider still feeling very aggressive. Wanting to try and move in, but will eventually decide to back out.
But we're seeing a lack in that execution. Potter 2 still finds the angle in, still manages to run up from the laning phase onto the Coddle, and Bob's just never far back enough to be safe.
Disposes there, the Dragon Knight not going to be that tanky against the Batriders. They just hold it down forever, and Tino's gone. Wommy actually takes that one with the balls.
It's a well worthwhile investment though, Mike. Spirit Vessel almost done a Norman. Can be a bigger issue for the DK to stay alive. Try to stay tanky, roar out.
They found the Mirana. With this many units around, one roar is just going to take down supports, no problem. Though I say supports, but practically anyone apart from the Dragon Knight right now is very susceptible. But a nice chrono. Palos, he's in. He's found DB on the Prophet, but where's the damage output? Now the Illuminate flies through and that'll be enough. Great chrono from Palos. Really punishing Army Geniuses for trying to go for that bottom tier 1 tower. You got the Helm of the Overlord timing. Like, you kind of want to move right now. It's mid lane, Lasso, rather bot lane, Lasso has caught out the Void. Potter 2, he plays very well in this tree line, John. He's been very good and very patient in this tree line, just waiting for a victim to show up. And this time around, he's found the Void, but he might be the victim as well, as Tino should be able to get a stun off. Does eventually onto the Batrider. Can they hold him down? Arrow is there, but he's still not tying yet. Potter, he'll go for the Flame Break out as the Golem. Gonna have to be dropped to help them out. Meanwhile, DB shows up. He actually takes down Shanks. As DB, how do you get yourself out now? Well, he still does hold on to the Aegis. So they will lose the first life. Not too bad of a trade for Execration, but again, John, considering they lost their Void, it's not really great either.
It's not ideal, but at least you find a big kill. They might find more. Been getting some good value out of the Blink.
Rurish is fine. DB, he's got the Gleipnir up, and with the Spirit Vessel to follow up, Tino, he just melts. No chance of survival. AG just swarm him. And sure, you did end up binding Varish at the end, but is it really worth your pos 3 DK? I don't think so. Armin. Up towards the top lane he goes, Bob. It's going to reveal... Oh, look at that DB. He knows exactly where he's gone. Bob, he's going to try to get out, but the Gleipnir is going to hold him down, and eventually they'll have their way with him. No two ways about it, John. DB, he does not hesitate every time he sees Bob on the map. I believe it was, what, a Doom committed with the Gleipnir. Sadly, I missed that kill, Jonathan. That was my fault, but mid lane now. We won't miss this one. Tino also getting caught out here with the Raw, forcing the Golem to drop as Tino. He's going to try and stun up and fight back, but Potta too. He's just going to go all the way. Look at this. Lasso out onto the Mirana. He'll take Tino as well. That's quick thinking from Potta. He takes the Mirana because he knows he's already got the Dragon Knight. There was no escaping for Tino. I say 4, but it was actually 5-man smoke. AG. He will break the smoke. Varish is there to help out, but they do at least have the Beastmaster, so he is actually alive, walking out of the... Oh boy, that's a chrono. It only lands on the Doom, and now Potta, he's going to move in, but Palos is going to try and force the fight here against the Batrider, but look at the damage output. Oh, he melts. Absolutely melting here on the Void is now Bob. No Quelling Blade, no way out of the tree line, is going to go down. Vincenzo, he will soon follow. What do you do, John? I mean, it was an attempt at a chrono, but certainly not a very good one.
It's not amazing burst damage. The heroes from AG are fairly tanky now. Great smoke out here as well.
Oh, he's got to avoid the Raw here, John. Wami, he'll jump right in. They have the Hawk Vision. Golem will be dropped. He's still alive for now, but the Doom comes out. Narman, he makes it in time. Palos is gone again. Meanwhile, DB right in there on the Nature's Prophet with the Aegis up, just finding his way to victory as Execration. They've got to run. They've got to get out, but there's no way out. Another lasso. Catches Tino. Vincenzo, he's not making it out either. Easily taken down as Varish might eventually drop and does, but it's going to be a full team wipe, it seems. Shanks, he's going to try and leap away, but he is out of charges now. A full team wipe the way of Army Geniuses. Hell, they could just go right for tier 4s if they wanted, I think.
Has the Sprout Leech talent up as well. Doesn't take too long to melt.
Oh, Gleipnir. It was there in time. Palos, he can still try to get the damage out in time onto DB. There's no Aegis up, but no, he's gone. He is just dead so quickly. GG. Execration. They know they've got no chance in this game anymore. I think it all goes back to the mid-coddle, John. I don't necessarily want to blame Bob. What I'm going to say, though, is Potta 2, he really set this team up for victory this game. I still have my doubts about this Slark. I mean, I appreciate that you can stack and stack and stack because you're hitting Timbersaw, but is Wami going to care? It kind of makes you wonder. Like, probably not.
Rebound in. If Spear's already expended, Dispose back, Static Link forever. You can't really stop that. And you can't really stop DB from just getting so much damage out.
That's a lot of damage out from Tino's. The Plasma Field going to fly through, and Shanks now really going to cop it. He already committed his cookie, so he might just be gone. DB able to secure the kill, and
it's going to be a slower pace for him. They are rotating Bob once more to punish Wami here, though.
They're going to try. Bob does have Coil up. Could lock him down if he really wants, but Wami is still very tanky. He'll tank through the Coil Snap, and now a 3-man Impale. Wami's still going to drop, however. Palos, he had the Dark Pack going here on the Slark, and that was enough to make sure he could get the damage out. Still 5-5 now. Still a very even game between these two teams. Execration done a very good job of getting through the storm of the laning phase. Mid lane, Varish going to try and move in onto Shanks, but they do take him out. Shanks going to go for a TP away, but the Impale is going to land, and Potta 2 will be able to take his kill.
Have some time to bottle refill onto Potta 2 with Varish spawning back in, and they could get aggressive here if Bob's not careful.
Impale's not going to land, but Varish, he's in with the Dispose out. Bob in big trouble trying to run, but there's no way out of this. Even for the puck, right? Like, you try to orb, but if Narman's there with the Spike Carapace, you're not going to be able to jaunt over.
Again, once Diffusal's up for Palos, should feel a lot easier for the Slug to just show up, get that inhibit off, start to get some stacks up on the Essence Shift, and look for that aggression. The side of AG has to be a bit cautious about that. Smoke out from Execration now, looking for an angle.
Smoke's going to be broken by Varish, so not a great smoke at all for Execration. In fact, they've lost Tino. Tino's already gone. Spike Carapace is out. That'll be your Snap by Kiss is gone. Bob still trying to go in, but it's 3 versus 2. It's just not the way you want to smoke. Like, you break the smoke on the puck anyway. And on top of that, they found a Mars kill first.
Oh, Potta.
Yeah, mid lane, Potta going to be in big trouble, and they will take him down. They do at least find something in the end, and it's a very valuable kill onto the Ember Spirit. Palos, though, should know he's being watched if he does go to that high ground, but Narman might still be able to set up perfectly. Palos is going to run right into him. Dark Pact is there. Let's go in to the Shadow Dance as well. They do chase him down. Palos still somehow surviving as Narman trying to catch up, but now he's out of position. Spear out is going to connect. He does have a spike carapace, but in the end, Narman is going to drop here, and I'll be happy on the side of Execration to take that kill. Where are they headed? Mid lane. Bob is being targeted right now. Solar Guardian is going to be there into a Dream Curl, and well, Potter, he's gone, and so is Varish. Nice bait from Bob in the mid lane. Immediately punishing. Side of AG is now DB's in trouble. Completely out of mana. Wami, he is going to join in and try to help out as Palos maybe overextending himself, and oh, looks like he might just drop. Cookie, it's going to land in time. DB is going to drop on Wami. He has no tree line to go to. Oh, Palos barely escaping. Still Wami. He'll fight back a little bit more, but it seems like Tino's waiting very patiently for another spear out. Though, has he gone a bit too far?
It's a really nice big kill for AG, kind of compensating for their earlier losses. They're buying a lot of space out for the Razor to kind of finally get that BKB up. So you've got one source of spell immunity already up. Yulet's already up in Wami as well, although...
Can they actually take this man down? The Timber, he's still very tanky, though the Pounds really making it hard. And in fact, they do take him out. Narman could not get there in time. It's Palos now going to move right in onto the Nyx Assassin to find another. It's Bob actually getting taken down by Varishia on the Marcy. This is a +5 Marcy we're looking at, but eventually Bob does orb his way out. They'll find a third kill on the side of Execration. They can move right into that bottom tier 1 tower.
Spike Carapace on the orb, Impale out, and the damage was there from DB as well with Plasma Field. I mean, he's hitting that spike on Norman. I mean, with the blink, the Nyx can be a lot more aggressive down bot though.
Yeah, they're going to try after the Timber Saw. Wami trying to tank through it. Palos going to move in onto Varish, but the Dispose is there. Still Varish, has he gone too far? Impale does land. They've got Palos. That's a big one. Varish, he might eventually drop, but that's just the +5 Marcy. They will at least get the Dawnbreaker out, but Shanks TP up in 1 second, just trying to be very patient with this as Shanks will go back down to the low ground, but Narman is right behind him, holding onto that Impale just in case the TP comes out. They will not waste the Impale until they know they've got the kill, and they'll take it.
Clearing out that top jungle, getting a little bit of pressure onto that tier 2 Wami though.
Tino's in. Wami does get caught, but the Yule Scepter is going to be there in time. So Execration diving in, but that's a lot of damage being dealt. Wami setting up perfectly as now they've got Vincenzo down. They're all trapped in their own arena right now as Bob, he drops. Tino's gone to boot. Palos, he's not getting it either. Oh, they dived the Timber. John, he got like a 3-4 man whirling death into a chains, into a chakram. And their HP pools, they just went minus 50%. There's Narman. It's a full team wipe. Instead, Wami will make his way over, and Execration really just don't want to deal with the Timber as mid lane. Palos being caught, and he's blown up. All remnants committed here from Potter 2. That's a big one. No one's got a dust or sentries, it seems, around them. The only one being Varish, but he's all the way in the mid lane. Not going to make it in time, so they'll go for a team fight. It seems as Tino is going to find Wami. He'll BKB up and try to go after DB, but DB, he'll get his BKB off in time as well. Tino is still going to be fine as Palos will make his jump in, but he's going to be very cautious here. Potter 2 will hold him down with the chains out, and the remnants of the Solar Guardian is going to make it out. Meanwhile, Tino still dropping 2 down low, but they get an arm at the least as the Mars is going to go down. Vincenzo, he won't make it out either. Chains is just there in time. So a 2-for-1 trade. The only person to go down here for AG is Narman. Fine. Keep in mind, Potter 2, he has a Desolator up now, so a lot more damage coming up from the Ember as Shanks. Not quite the kill you'd want. In fact, he's going to blink away anyway. So is Palos with the chains. Oh, he made it just in time. Shanks, I think he kind of screwed up there, John. He led them right to the better target. You may as well have just tanked the gank.
So, again, not like the ridiculous push, but they're going to find a full set for themselves despite that creep cutting from Bob. Nice advantage for Arm Genius to have.
On top of the BKB yet, he does still have that Aegis up, so they'll try to burst down the first life, but he's still a very tanky boy right now. He'll just stand his ground in the coil. Looks like he almost wants to go for a fight. He'll break the coil eventually. The orb, it will find that first life, but now Palos, he's been caught again and taken down by Narman. In they go. This is the team fight they wanted. Onto Tino. That'll be your mask gone. They find Narman, but what does it matter? It's a 3-for-1 once again. They do commit the buyback on Shanks, but the Rax is already gone. I don't think AG are going to stick around anyway.
Yeah, even the Slark won't enjoy that. Gonna be a great pickup for a DB, and he already has it.
Bob. Move in onto the Ember now. Double damage rune is active, so Potter 2 is copying quite a bit of damage, but does BKB up in the end. No chains to lock anyone down, but in they go with the dispose out. They found Bob on the puck into the side of Vice. Can he survive through it? The Solar Guardian, it's not going to be enough. Vincenzo, he'll be joining his fallen teammate. And I can probably say the same for Shanks here, John, as he does get chased down by DB, slowed up by the plasma field. At least the spear is there from Tino. Buyback's being committed. They want something for their trouble. DB, he's still finding kills while he's stunned up, but eventually they will find him. There's Wami, gonna BKB up, turn right back onto Palos, just man fighting the Slark. Palos will pop the depth round, try to protect himself. Potter 2 will hold him back as they're thinking about going back onto Bob. Here comes Narman. Cancelled off Wami. I think he's baiting here, John. Narman, he does get the Spike Carapace onto the puck. Palos pops his BKB onto Potter 2. He goes, but Potter is still fine as the puck. Also playing around, still chasing down Wami. As Narman chases him down, Bob still trying after this Timbersaw. Wami eventually going to drop as Potter. He'll go for a run. Meanwhile, Narman in a bit of trouble here. Potter in even more trouble as Bob eventually going to find the kill, and I think this Nyx Assassin is set to fall as Narman left alone. That's going to be a full team wipe the way of Execration. How does that happen, John? Going to head up towards the top lane, but Execration, they will be around. Nice scan out. They know exactly where AG are right now. The immediate back off here, knowing the smoke is there, but Narman, Yule Scepter is out into the Impale, landing perfectly, but Bob, he has the Aeon Disc. Can he jaunt away? He can for now, but the chase is on. Potter gonna chain him up. Tino, he'll try to save the day just in time as the Solar Guardian is out as well, but Potter still in the chase. He does eventually find Bob. They've got the puck down. Meanwhile, Execration, they just really want that high ground, and with the Desolator from Potter, it certainly helps out on the towers. Tino, jump in, catches nobody though. Palos, he'll jump in as well, but Potter, he's got the BKB up, so Palos is going to fight the old-fashioned way, but Potter, he's stuck around too long. He will eventually drop us now. They can go for a bit more here, Execration. They'll find Vrish as well. Nice sight device though onto the Slark with the 4 staff. Is going to save the day as DB. Still trying, blinks up, finds a Slark. That's going to be no buyback available on the Slark as Tino. He's got no buyback either. But AG, do they know? It's only gold that's missing here for Palos. It's going to be a very bad timing for Execration. They're going to be fighting right into it. Potter, he's going to bait for the team. Spear is going to be there, but immediately to jump in onto Tino. Refresh, another great spear round, another arena. Maybe Tino, he might have set up a great team fight. Or has he? He'll try to TP out with the BKB and barely makes it in time. As the buybacks were immediate from AG. But Execration, they back their way out. Though not Palos. Palos will keep going. On his own, he'll try to get this team fight going once again. So he will pop the Shadow Dance and run, but Wami is going to be right behind with the Chakram to slow him down. And now Narman going to block the way. Spike Carapace out into the side device. Palos, he still doesn't have buyback.
So there's no angle for the high ground here. Or Arm Gene says no creep wave even closer to high ground. They might find some punishment on Bob though.
Oh, he's been right in. DB, he's going to find it. Scythe the Vice, refresh into another Scythe if they want it. They just don't need it. But it looks like, considering they have those T1 towers bot lane, they want to hold out. And Tino will make a jump in to slow everything down. Marish going to make the jump in as well. Onto Bob looking for a dieback, but there is the Aeon just being procced as now Tino. He's the target here of DB and Vincenzo. He came in with the Solar Guardian, but he might just die. Palos is still not buying back. He is holding out, but now Bob's been caught out.
Oh no.
At what point do you buy back? All right.
Well, he's just going to spawn up now, Mike. We'll see if the two of them can get something done, but it's 2 against 5.
They're onto T4 towers, John. They know it's a 5v2. You save buyback, but how do you defend now? Well, Palos, he's going to show us how in just a moment. He'll make the jump in. He'll try onto the Ember as Potter is getting rather low, but still continues to run away with the Sleight of Fist charges. Meanwhile, Palos already popping the Depth Round and the Shadow Dance, but has to back off as they've lost Shanks again. AG, I believe they've got this one in the bag now, John. Varish having a look around for a bit more. Palos, he'll move in onto the Marcy, but he is literally 1v5ing. There's just no way AG, they would have to dive the fountain to lose this game. There is no way you lose. It's Palos. He knows. What are you meant to do? Frisch, he'll dispose him back, and there you go. GG.
Yeah. Army Geniuses to get the work done. Again, this match,